about 2 or 3 nights ago.
Oh, okay, that's when I was gone.
Yep, yeah, well, you were. And one of the amazing things was that, in fact, I was not feeling I wasn't getting the feel of the field around it very well until Kosel helped us activate it. And when he said the words "activate now," it was instantaneous. I just felt like it was almost like there was a fan blowing on the palm of my hand, like a cool breeze. And I still feel it.
Yes.
When you were activating your prime. So,
well, yeah, it's powerful. That's awesome. I like it. Well, cool. Wait, when you got your 144, oh boy.
yeah.
Hey, thanks, Austin. Okay, I'm going to show you now here. I do want to make sure I make the video recording for the cubes here. I know it's a little bit spread out. We had chit chats. So as I prepped all my 6 cones. They're all different sizes, as you can see. We're going to make them all one size so they fit in here. So based on your cube, you're going to cut them. Get one of these X-Acto knives, the one that has the long blade, not the short. It's easy to cut through it with this, actually. Easier with this than the knife because it's a thin blade. So we're just going to position like this. See? And that, and then one like that. See? That's how you measure it from your cube. Make sure they don't cut, they don't touch each other. So based on that is how much you're going to cut. So we're going to cut a little piece on this. So I'm going to, because they slightly touch, so I'm just going to take this off, give it a little extra wiggle. And let's see, I'm just going to double check first myself. I'm going to put them both like this. So it gives me a good 5 millimeter space in between each other. So just going to give it a little touch more. I just want to give it a little wiggle because when I put the glue there, that'll be perfect. So it comes off nice, and it's nice and flush too with that. So now I'm going to double check. I check with my 2 fingers. They're not touching. See? Let's go down here. See, they're not touching each other. So I'm going to make them all that same size because this is a 4-inch cube. So we're going to make them all the same size. So this is before you put any coils and stuff on it. So now we're going to take the measurements from the other cone and we're going to just cut it.
It's okay. Sorry.
They don't have to be super precise. Now these cones are done with the foils. As I showed you, you can do them any way you like. You can make them long, you can make them fat, short. It don't matter. It'll give you the same surface area anyway. So, and because I was cutting them short, I didn't fill them up all the way to the top because I knew I was going to waste the glue. So I just filled it where I knew I was going to cut approximately. There we go. Now just double check them all. before you finalize. This one seems to be a little touch longer, so just going to slightly give another 2 millimeters off. There, there's our 6 combs. Okay, perfect. Now you're going to position them all with, let's see here. I'm going to position them all with the coil wrapped on it before you even glue anything. So there, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to grab our copper. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4 turns, 5, 6, whatever you want to do. It's okay. And just wrap it on the outside so it's nice and tight. And as I'm rolling it, as I get to the edge, I'm bringing it as close as possible at the end of it, right on the butt. And the reason I'm doing that is so when I fold it up, it's nice and flush. See? So when I put it on the glass, it's nice and flush to the glass too. So this one's going on the floor. So I'm just going to slightly center as much as I can. I don't have to rebend it, I'll bend it. Just have to play a little bit with it in the beginning, so also put it in the corner if you want. The wire, which actually I am going to do. There, that's right in the corner. And I'm slightly going to bend it over the cube here. Just going to cut it. Perfect. Here's my one. Let's see how it is. Dropped on the corner. See it slightly move back and forth. Once I glue it, it will not move. So this is number 1. Okay. Mark your cones. Okay, we're going to dip this in the water and ash. I'm going to show you. This is. Just stir my water and ash. I'm just going to turn this to itself. And I'm just going to dip it right in it, all of it, okay? All the water, everything. Sorry, I shook that. So what I did is I dipped it in the water and ash. Dipped it. Taking it out. I'm just going to put this there. Okay. And I'm going to show you one more thing too. With the glue gun, we're going to glue the copper all around it. Okay? So we can hold that in there. We can hold that copper wire there so it doesn't move and it stays connected to the foil. And just do it all around. It's all one connection. So just so it holds the copper wire.
Hi, Peppi.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, in this structure, where is the energy come from? Is it from the tips of the cone?
Coming from the glue and the cone itself. The tips are, it's coming, the tips that are interact with each other will create your gravitational magnetic field, which it takes and gives based on its own accordance, on your dictation as well. So it gives it more freedom. Good. Okay. That's your one cone, see? Simple, 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 see? And now, we're gonna glue number one down there too, as well. So I'm gonna put some underneath that. And then I'm gonna put it right in the center where I want it. There. Then I'm gonna glue the whole thing on the bottom. Okay, you can just glue one side for now, just let it dry. And then you can just finish it off after all of it. But we're gonna do this one first, so let it dry. I'm just holding my finger on it, as you can see. So it dries a bit. Use some cool air. Be careful to not put glue on your finger. I have to do this on the top here. I'm letting it pour like this because the gun is too big to reach. But I'm gluing all the corners. I'm making like an X so it connects to all the corners. That way it doesn't move left or right. And when I connect the other cones, it'll connect to that as well. So it becomes one piece. So even if it comes off the glass, at least it'll come all off together as one. And then you don't have to worry the cones touching the tips with each other. This is probably where you'll consume more glue. That's okay. It loves the glue. And you can glue it all the way to the top here. That one cord becomes one. That way nothing moves inside, and this copper, you can bend it easier. And I just slightly lift it down a bit. So now I will show you how it looks inside. See, I glued it X. I glued it underneath, and I glued all the corners because they're going to connect to the ones that come on each side, the cones, and it'll become one. So that's step one. Make sure you pay attention to that part. Make sure you put the glue because you don't want these cones to move, okay? A little bit more time consuming, but it's okay. It's fun. It's actually fun. It doesn't feel too much work or anything like that. And now we're going to do our next one. We're going to glue all 6 so you guys can see all of them, how it's positioned. So this is for the Q24. See, as I'm turning, bringing it right flush to the butt of it. Okay. And then I just bend it upwards. Actually, I have to bend it upwards on this one, because this one is going to go so based on your bend, if you can see, you can position it up more, see, so it doesn't touch it. See how I move it up a bit? Just center it, and then you can do your bend on the top so the wire sits on it. So I'm just going to go that way, and then I'm going to bend it. And that way, it folds it nicely. Okay. So you should do them all that way first. It's slightly a little bit, this is where you adjust a little bit more, a little bit less. Where you'll spend a little bit more time. Like I said, take your time on this one, and when you're doing your cones, there's no need to rush. Because once they're glued, they're positioned. There, that's better. Now I'm going to wrap another one. I'm not gonna glue the 3 yet, the other 4 on the sides, because I'm gonna make sure they're all positioned right first. I only glued the bottom one